Mark Hughes is getting the sack, QPR's top goal scorer out for the season, Jibril Cisse's tweeters rage, all this and more on another jam-packed episode of Rangers Weekly News, your unofficial source for QPR's latest and greatest news of the week. I'm Suzanne Surgat, let's get straight to the kickoff. The main news. On the 17th of November, fellow struggler Southampton visited QPR at Loftus Road with a horrible away in defensive records, and the Rangers are with no wins after 11 games, but with slightly better records than the opponent. The match ended in a 3-1 win for Southampton with goals from Ricky Lambert, ex-QPR loanee Jason Punchin, and an Anton Ferdinand own goal with a single reply from Junior Hoylat for QPR. Rangers played the match with the return of Fabio back on the bench and still without their captain Park Ji-sung, Andrew Johnson and Zamora with injuries. QPR started the match with high hopes from fans all over the world, expecting them to turn the tables and kick off their season after 11 games without a single win. From the kickoff, QPR looked lacking in all departments as the team seemed to be playing without desire to actually win the game. Some high motivation players such as Julio Cesar, Ryan Nelson and Jamie Mackie showed high intensity and he seemed willing to sweat blood to chase every single ball. Others seemed to lose motivation and the whole team just lost it with Southampton, who overplayed QPR in every department, scored 2 goals in the first half. The first goal was caused by some unconfident defending, which causes the mix-up and letting Lambert to head in close range. Jamie Mackie was brought in to help the squad in the second half, and that is exactly what he did. With the team looking solid for the first 10 minutes of the second half, Junior Hoylat headed the ball from a good cross by Tarat, and from then on, the momentum died and another defensive error forces Ferdinand to poke the ball into his own net, which then makes it 3-1. This is the statistic of the match based on Guardian.co.uk. QPR's leading man Adel Tarat seemed lackluster in the match, with him lacking his usual trickery and space-creating moves. Another man who also did not perform well in the match was Jibril Cisse, who looks blunt in front of goal. The former French star only scored 1 goal in 11 appearances this season, was criticized for his inability to score, and it turned ugly when a fan decided to criticize him on Twitter. According to Telegraph.co.uk, the fan made fun of Cisse, and the striker replied, quote, "Come and have a chat, big man," where he gave this fan the address to meet, but since deleted his tweets. Speaking about Twitter, club's chairman Tony Fernandes tweeted right after the match, quote, "I feel gutted. I have put my heart and soul into this with my other shareholders and done all we can do to give support to players and all management. I can only apologize to the QPR fans. We keep fighting." Mr. Fernandes is well known for his active use of Twitter and has always given his full support to Mark Hughes on Twitter after most of the matches so far, but this tweet is quite different as it doesn't indicate his support for the manager. Mr. Chairman then tweeted on the next day, quote, "Let me tell you fans, come first. Everyone including me let the fans down. Many of us need a hard look at themselves. QPR has amazing fans. They deserve better." His second QPR-related tweet also did not indicate Mr. Chairman's support for manager Mark Hughes, possibly hinting on the chairman's patience running thin. According to an article by Guardian.co.uk, the chairman wanted to see the Rangers revert to the basics for their next match against Manchester United at Old Trafford, referring to bringing in the old faces of Ndom Onohwa, Jamie Mackie and Sean Derry back to the squad. In relation to this, according to a report by Telegraph.co.uk, Mr. Tony Fernandes is now pondering about manager Mark Hughes' QPR future. His fate now hangs in the balance after his decimal season so far, with QPR still at the bottom of the league table and is the only team at the top flight without a win. 2 managers are hotly linked with a job at QPR. These 2 managers are ex-Liverpool manager Rafael Benitez and ex-Tottenham manager Harry Redknapp. During the Southampton match, a desperate QPR fan lifted a banner which writes, "Harry, come and save us." This would probably indicate that Harry Redknapp would be a fan favourite between the 2 managerial prospects. This is understandable as he brought Tottenham to the top 4 last season from the bottom 4 when he took over the club in October 2008. The only person who can decide whether Mark Hughes stays or goes and who would replace him is Tony Fernandes. So we can only wait and see what happens as time passes for Mark Hughes' future at QPR. According to London24.com, manager Mark Hughes was reported to meet Phil Beard, QPR's chief executive, the man who Tony Fernandes sent to fire Neil Warnock last season, and had a private discussion with the club's chief executive. This then created a rumor that viciously circulated the net that the 45-year-old manager would have his 10-month managerial career ended. This is then denied by the manager's representative. According to former Rangers striker Rodney Marsh, the manager would still be given at least 4 matches to prove his worth before being sacked, as the club faces winnable games against Sunderland, Aston Villa and Wigan. Quote, "If I was the owner, I would sit down and say, Mark, I'm going to give you 4 games, Marsh told the BBC Sport. He also added, quote, "I would say we are in desperate trouble. If we don't improve our league position in 4 games, I am going to have to make a change." Speaking about QPR's manager Mark Hughes, according to London24.com, after the match, he admitted that he is unhappy with the striking options in the team. QPR's inability to score has been hampering them since the start of the season, with only 9 goals scored in 12 matches. Hughes has issued that he's concerned with his team's lack of cutting edge, where according to dailymail.co.uk, Bobby Zamora, the club's top goal scorer with 4 goals, injured and expected to be out for the rest of the season, adding him together with fellow striker Andrew Johnson on the list of long-term injury lists. This then leaves Hughes with only Cisse and Jamie McKee as the viable striking options, who have 1 goal between them in the league this season. Another QPR area worthy of attention is the back 4. According to soccernet.espn.go.com, manager Mark Hughes is one of the managers who are interested to sign a Swedish defender Andreas Granqvist from Italy's Serie A club Genoa. Mark Hughes is reported to identify the Swedish defender as one of his main priorities in the January transfer window and wanted owner Tony Fernandes to grant a £4.5 million offer for the player. Other teams who are reported to be interested are Liverpool and Newcastle. Okay guys, this week QPR faces Manchester United away at Old Trafford. Man U will go into this game after a shocking 1-0 loss to Norwich at Carrow Road last week. This will give QPR some added confidence as Man U has some history of losing to the bottom teams, which they have done so facing Wolves, Barnsley and more in recent years. QPR is also known to be a stronger side when they face bigger clubs this season, where they drew with Everton and Chelsea and narrowly loses to Arsenal and Tottenham. We think this game would be a massive redemption game for Mark Hughes if they can pick up points from it. It would even help Mark Hughes get back some of the lost belief of the QPR faithfuls. We want to believe every single week that QPR will have the chance to actually turn one season around. Our belief is why we keep supporting the club that we love and care about. We would like to urge QPR fans to keep on supporting the club and don't lose hope. For that, we would like to play a portion of this QPR song made by the Loftus Roadrunners. That's it for this show guys. Leave a comment down below on what you think you would do if you are the chairman of the club or if you are the club's manager. Comment down below or tweet us with the hashtag #OurWeeklyNews. Any comments on the show, email us at d2dtelevision@gmail.com. Please do support us and subscribe on our YouTube channel for the latest contents and future shows. Don't forget to catch the show again next week on the same YouTube channel, D2D channel. This is Suzanne Surgat. Thanks for watching Rangers Weekly News.